there guys, it's Katie and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making a crochet wall hanging, and this is a crochet project that looks like macrame. So I'm super excited because I did try macrame one time and it did not go very well. So I'm hoping to be able to make something that will look like macrame but be a little bit easier for me. So before we get started, if you guys want to see more craft, crochet, or business videos from me, do be sure to hit the subscribe button below and turn on the post notification bell. That way you know every single time I upload a brand new video. And if you enjoy this video at any point, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And with that, let's get into it. So I'm going to be following a pattern to make this, and the pattern is from loveandstitchdesign.com. So I'm going to link the pattern in the description for you guys if you are interested in using it as well. It's a free pattern, which is always great. So this is what it looks like, and hopefully mine will turn out looking as good as this one does because this is super pretty. To make this, the materials: first I have a wooden dowel. This is of course to put the wall hanging on. Next I have a crochet hook, which the pattern calls for 4.5 millimeter, but the closest I have is a 4.25, but that's okay because my stitches are normally a little bit tighter anyway. And then I have this ball of yarn, which very much is not a ball anymore, but that's okay. This is a Red Heart Super Saver in the color white. And then of course I'll be using scissors and yarn needles throughout this project, and also my stitch counter, which I forgot to bring with me, but I will be using all of those materials as well. So if you guys want to check out any of those materials as well, that will also be linked in the description box. With all of that, let's see if I can make this. I have the crochet pattern up as well, and it starts with chaining 38. So that is what I'm going to be doing first. Okay, so I have now chained 38, and for this first row, it's just a half double crochet across here. Okay, so then we're just going to chain one and turn at the end of this. So that is row number 1 done with. And the next row is to half double crochet in the first, and then bubble stitch in the next, and then half double crochet and then bubble all the way to the end. Okay, so now I have completed the second row, and I'm going to work on the third row, which is just half double crochets, and then the fourth row as well, which is the same as the second row with the bubble stitches. So I'm just going to turn the camera off for now because it's just the same exact thing repeated. Okay, so I just completed the fourth row, which is the bubble stitches again. And the next row is half double crochet 2 together, and then again half double crochet 2 together, and then half double crochet until 4 stitches remain, and then again do 2 half double crochets together, and then chain 1 and turn. So that's what I'm going to work on next. I just completed the 5th row, and for the 6th row it is to half double crochet in the next stitch and then bubble crochet in the next stitch. Repeat that 3 times, and then half double crochet in the next 21 stitches, and then bubble stitch in the next, half double crochet in the next, repeated until the end of the row. And again, if you are trying to make this, I suggest just going to the description box and finding the crochet pattern, because it will be much easier to follow along that than what I'm doing, because obviously I can't put me making the whole thing in this video or else it would be way too long. And of course it's not my crochet pattern, so I don't want to put the whole thing in the video and act like it is mine. So anyway, I'm just reading out what I'm doing, and I'll show a little clip of me doing it, and then we'll move on to the next part. This is row number 6 completed. So I'm now moving on to row 7, which is half double crocheting 2 together on this end and on this end, and in the middle it's just going to be half double crochets like regular. So I just completed row 7, so I'm now going to start on row 8, which is more bubble stitches. So it starts out with half double crochet, and then bubble stitch in the next one, and you do this 3 times. Okay, so now it says to half double crochet in the next 4, and then to bubble stitch, and then I'm going to half double crochet in the next, bubble in the next 5 times. Okay, so now I'm about halfway through the row, and it's basically just repeating what I did at the beginning of the row on this side, but backwards, if that makes sense. Like I said, I would just suggest following the actual crochet pattern if you are trying to make this. I have now finished row number 8. I don't know why, but I just kept messing it up, so I had to redo it quite a few times, but I finally got it. And row number 9, which is what I'm about to do, is just another row of half double crochets with the ends decreasing. So I am going to do that right now. Okay, so this is row number 10 finished, and again I'm going to do 11, and it is basically the same that 9 was, where you decrease on the ends and then half double crochet in the middle. Now the main problem that I feel like I'm having with this pattern is if I feel like I know what I'm doing and I kind of don't really look at the pattern, that's when I mess it up, because this row again I messed it up and I had to redo the whole thing. So if you are going to use this crochet pattern, I would just recommend that you stay focused on the pattern and make sure you look at every single step, because if you miss something you'll have to go back and redo a whole row or a whole couple of rows, and it won't be very fun. That might be obvious to some of you, but sometimes I get distracted, like watching a video or something while I'm crocheting, and then I think I know what I'm doing and I don't, and I skip something. So just a little disclaimer if you are using this pattern as well. Okay, so I just finished row 11, and row 12 is another one with the bubble stitches. This time, instead of there being 4 in the middle here, there's going to be 3, like that. So I'm going to continue on. Okay, so for the rest of this, I am just not going to be recording what I'm making because it is basically the same exact thing, just getting smaller and smaller as you go down. So I will come back to you guys when this is complete and we do the tassels and everything at the bottom. So I do have this finished now. So the next step that I need to do, which I didn't do, is cut this and finish off. So I am just going to do that. And then I need to weave in my ends, which the lazy way of doing this, because I don't feel like getting up and getting a yarn needle, so the lazy way of doing this that I sometimes do is just kind of stick my hook into random stitches and pull through, and just do that a couple times and then trim it, and then do that to the other end, of course, as well. Now that I have the ends weaved in, the next step is to cut some pieces for the fringe. So it says that you're going to need 3 strands of yarn that are 10 inches each. So I do have a tape measure here. So I'm just going to measure out this one to where it's 10 inches. And then I'm going to use this strand of yarn to cut the other 2. So I actually misunderstood that. I thought that it was 3 strands of yarn total, which I was thinking didn't make any sense. But I realize now it's 3 strands to start out with, and then you'll get more. So what I'm supposed to do, from what I'm understanding, is insert my hook here and then get these 3 strands in the center and then pull them through, and then this comes through, which this is how I've attached stuff in the past as well for like dream catchers and things, so this makes sense to me. And then you just tighten it, of course, and then you just repeat this process around to make the rest of the fringe. Okay, so now I have put in these tassels. The pattern that I'm following does have the tassels going all the way up to here, so I'm going to just leave it like it is. I think it looks really cute this way anyway. And I did just trim down the edges to make sort of a V shape here. That's what you guys just saw. And I'm going to attach this wooden dowel next, which of course I need yarn, scissors, and a yarn needle for. And of course I just have up here the pattern where it shows how to do it. So it says I need a piece that is 2 foot long. I'm going to start by tying this to the left end. Actually, this would be the left end when it's flipped this way, and I realize you're supposed to work with it flipped this way. So then you just tie this here, and later on just weave in this end. So I'm just going to tie it a couple times just to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. And then you just take this wooden dowel and the string here and thread it through, and then, why did I call it string? This is yarn. And then you just take this and sew around it. I'm just kind of doing it at random spots too. I don't think it really matters which spots you attach it at, as long as it's attached in quite a few different spots along the way. Okay, so I haven't even read the directions on how the pattern says to make the little hanger thing, but I'm just going to go out on a whim and use what I have left here and kind of cut some of it off as well. And I'm just going to wrap this around one more time and then create a knot at the end here, and then I'm just going to do the same thing over here and then just tie it a couple times, and there you go. And now if you are worried about this slipping off, you could put some E6000 on the end pieces, or pretty much any type of like craft glue. But that is basically it. So let me weave in these ends really quick and then show you guys the final product. So I have now weaved in all the ends, and that is basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this, and if you do happen to be inspired by this and you do make it, of course the pattern is linked below like I said, and the products that I used will be linked below as well. And if you do happen to make this and you want to share it with me, you can always tag me on Instagram. I love to see the creations that you guys make. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this one, as well as other craft, crochet, or business videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell down below. And if you guys have any comments, questions, or just want to let me know what you thought about the video, make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know. I try to reply to every comment. And as I talked about in the beginning, this pattern and the materials that I used are all included in the description box. As well as if you want to see more from me, there's more videos of mine, my Etsy shop, my blog, and all of my social medias are always included in the description box as well. And with all of that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!